Coming up, local homeless people are being asked to participate in a survey. We'll tell you why. Plus, a motel fire fills the sky with smoke along Milton Road. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Aaron Vidito.
And I'm Mitchell McKenzie. Thanks for tuning in. If you were in West Flagstaff this morning, it was hard to miss the smoke from a motel fire on Milton Road.
NAZ Today reporter Tamara Gobert has more on the story.
The structure fire this morning at the Travel Inn was confined to one room, but created a massive amount of smoke. Flagstaff firefighters quickly attacked the blaze.
When we arrived on scene, we had heavy fire showing from that one room, and the fire was licking up over the balcony. A few people were around trying to put it out with extinguishers and a little garden hose.
No one was seriously injured, but one of the guests was transported to the Flagstaff Medical Center to be checked out.
The two residents of the room actually woke up to the room on fire, and in the process of getting out of the room, one of the residents did get a little bit of charring on his scalp and face and some smoke inhalation.
The point of origin is still under investigation, but investigators have some clues as to what may have started the blaze.
As we started searching around the interior, we did find a motorcycle inside the motel room, which is kind of a unique thing to find. As you all know, gasoline is highly volatile and pretty dangerous to have inside.
Firefighters had to cut through the roof to make sure the fire was completely distinguished. Because of the brick walls, the blaze didn't spread to adjacent rooms. Tamara Gobert, NAZ Today.
Since the new year, community partners nationwide have been collecting data on homelessness. Here in Flagstaff, various organizations got together recently and surveyed the local homeless population. I caught up with some volunteers to learn more. After a brief afternoon meeting, various groups of local organizations picked an area of town and headed out to talk to people living on the street.
And basically the goal is to gauge demographics on individuals on one night. This year is January 22nd, and where they stayed. So were they sheltered, or did they have a place to go, or were they on the streets, and what that situation looked like? Just to see where the funding is needed most, and to see whether or not we've actually made some strides towards solving any kind of homelessness.
Jermaine Barkley, along with Leah Bloom, helped to lead the count. By including questions for different demographics, such as veterans and domestic violence victims, they say they can better understand how to aid the community.
It's not just to help bring funding into our community, but most importantly so that we can understand barriers that they're facing and better serve them.
Each volunteer represented a different group in the community, using Sunshine Rescue Mission as their central hub. The groups consisted of members from Catholic Charities, the Flagstaff Family Food Bank, the City of Flagstaff, and others. Among them was City Council member Charlie Odegaard, who says he wants to use the opportunity to better understand Flagstaff and its needs.
I wanted to become aware of what this count is entail for the City of Flagstaff, and what is it like going out to the community and canvassing the community and identifying subjects that we would like to know who's in our community, as far as how many people that are under homelessness right now.
Last year, 415 people were included in the count in Coconino County. Information for the 2019 count will be available this summer. Arizona lawmakers have introduced a bill to investigate the unsolved deaths and disappearances of Native American women and girls. They join representatives in 6 other states who are supporting similar bills. This comes after studies concluded that Native American women are killed at a rate 10 times the national average. The bills would create state-funded task force to address the issue.
Today marks the one-year anniversary since the mass school shooting in Parkland, Florida, that killed 17 people. On the one-month anniversary, faculty supported students at the Flagstaff Arts and Leadership Academy as they took part in the nationwide walkout. NAZ Today's Michaela Clark went back to the school and explains how the FALA students and faculty think that things have changed since the walkout.
11 months ago, students lined up these 17 chairs as a memorial to those who lost their lives in Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida on Valentine's Day, February 14th, 2018.
It was very, very powerful to see what 17 chairs and 17 people look like lined up all in a row. It really brought home that these were young people that weren't with us anymore.
The FALA students stood outside their school for 17 minutes. as part of a nationwide walkout a month after the shooting to call attention to the dangers students face.
I just cried, and I didn't know what to feel necessarily.
This is your walkout.
Teacher Allison Gruber says she thinks students were feeling vulnerable, frightened, and confused after the shooting, but the walkout helped restore their lost sense of control.
I think students felt like they had a real voice and that they could be agents of change, which they definitely were, not just here but across the nation.
Sophomore Bella Bias says the walkout made a difference in other ways as well.
I think it definitely made adults realize children are really trying to make an action, especially teenagers and high schools are really trying to make an impact and do what they can to help with these issues, and I think that's really what the walkouts were for and what they did successfully.
But senior Hannah Stottinger says a lot more work needs to be done.
It's not finished until you can go to school and feel completely safe.
I'm not going to school every day thinking that it could be my last, but it's definitely something that's in my head.
While some blame gun laws, many of the recent school shootings have been tied to mental illness.
If there's a student who is in that much pain and we aren't noticing it, that's a problem too.
Dean Crowley thinks finding the hurting students is another important step toward making a change. Michaela Clark, NAZ Today.
The United States House of Representatives held a moment of silence today for the Parkland victims.
The digital revolution has arrived for license plates. Digital LCD plates are now available for Arizona drivers. Called R plates, the devices can display personalized messages such as stolen. Arizona is the second state to approve the digital plates, after California. There are two types, the Essential and the Pro. The Pro can withstand greater temperature and pinpoint vehicle location. You can pre-order them from Reviver Auto, but they aren't cheap. The Essential costs nearly $500, while the Pro costs nearly $800.
If you enjoy seeing thought-provoking, environmental, and adventure-related outdoor films from around the world, the Flagstaff Mountain Film Festival kicks off this evening. This is the 17th annual Flagstaff Mountain Film Festival, and this year there is a lineup of 90 films beginning this evening at the Orpheum. The films will be presented during a series of sessions and special events that will be held in the celebration of Grand Canyon Centennial as a national park.
It gives voice to so many stories that are amazing all around the world that would be unheard of if it not for festivals like this.
For more information about the festival, such as the film lineup or ticket prices, you can visit their website at flagstaffmountainfilms.org or go to their Facebook page at Flagstaff Mountain Film Festival.
On Valentine's Day, people generally relate chocolate to gifts and romance. But recently in Flagstaff, chocolate was associated with something else, business. NAZ Today reporter Aiden Casey went downtown to the Chocolate Walk to find out more about this city campaign.
The 5th annual Flagstaff Chocolate Walk was a success before it even started. All 500 tickets for the event were sold out in advance to the official start time. Jessica Lawrence, the manager of the Flagstaff Visitor Center, explains the goals of the Chocolate Walk.
The goal is to get exposure to our local businesses. We have locals, we have visitors that come for this event, and it gets them into the doors, hopefully to find some businesses that they didn't know about. We always do it the weekend prior to Valentine's Day, so that way people are out and about, maybe they'll see something that they want to get.
For locals looking for more than just chocolate, the Coconino Humane Association was on hand with a few furry friends looking for love of their own.
Trying to find home for some of our pups here at the shelter. We're not really overcrowded, but we have a couple that are looking for homes and looking for some sweet Valentine love.
Linda Apple, owner of Single Speed Coffee, a previous winner of the event's chocolate contest, is delighted for people to find out about the sweet and savory treats they make themselves and looks forward to the event every year.
We'll expect about 500 to 700 people to walk through the door to pick up their piece of chocolate today, and it's really great exposure and everyone's happy. No one's in a bad mood when they're going to get chocolate.
The Flagstaff Chocolate Walk, a sweet way to spend the day and maybe find a new best friend. Aiden Casey, NAZ Today. Oh, who's our got puppy?
For more information about pet adoption from the Coconino Humane Association, check out their website, coconinohumane.org. Coming up, it's Valentine's Day, but it's also a holiday you might not know about. Stay with us.
Happy Valentine's Day. I'm Cristiana Ramos. Love was definitely in the air today, whether or not you love the rain, because there was lots of it. Flooding through today, through tomorrow. More storms coming this weekend, sweeping through northern Arizona. Leeborn will have your full forecast right after this.
Cash in the dash at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. Every new Chevrolet will have an envelope in the dash with a card inside, letting you know how much cash you will receive when you purchase your new Chevrolet. $1,000, $2,000, up to $6,500 in extra cash when you purchase your new Chevrolet. Cash in the dash.
Hi, I'm Mark Harris, owner of Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. I guarantee to beat anybody's price or you'll receive $500. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. No pressure, no hype.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals 25. Good job!
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at SaveTheFood.com.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Welcome back. As many people know, it's Valentine's Day, and many locals are aware that today also marks the 107th year of Arizona's statehood. But it is also National Organ Day. CNN's Meredith Wood tells you more in today's Health Minute.
Everyone knows February 14th is Valentine's Day. But did you know it's also National Organ Donor Day? Choosing to become an organ donor is a major decision and a personal one. Experts say organ donations from one person could save as many as 8 lives. Many factors must be considered when matching donors with recipients, things like blood type and body size, how sick the patient is, the recipient's distance from the donor, tissue type. All are taken into account. So how can you become a donor? Potential donors will need a valid ID, then they can register through their driver's license office or online. Most importantly, be sure to tell your friends and family so they can support your wishes. And who knows, maybe they'll be inspired to become a donor as well. For today's Health Minute, I'm Meredith Wood.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Tonight's NAZ Today weather is brought to you in part by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac in Flagstaff.
All right, rare air. I'd call a rain event like this maybe a once in 5-year event. Very El Nino-esque. Here's a look at it on satellite. Here we are in the southwestern United States, kind of skewed here. Here's Hawaii out here. Look at this subtropical plume of moisture extending all the way out to Hawaii. A very El Nino type event, as I just said, in character, as the subtropical jet stream really picking up steam due to very active thunderstorms down along the tropical convergence zone. And then we're starting to see that connect up with the polar jet stream, which is drawing this in to the western United States. Very wet all across the western United States today. Here's a look at our current radar. Here we are in Flagstaff. The yellow is the heaviest rain south and east of Flagstaff, moving into the Mogollon Rim. It's still raining out there. If we take a look and widen the radar out, here again we are in Flagstaff. Here's this big initial batch of rainfall off to our south and east, but notice we still have plenty of it upstream, and we're going to still look at this rain here for us across northern and central Arizona for the next 6-8 hours or so. We have very high snow levels out there, up above 9,500 feet. Here's a look at our 24-hour rainfall from across the region. See these oranges out here in Southern California, 3-4 inch type numbers. And I got to back off and look at my monitor because I can't see those small numbers. And part of me, for the small numbers, out in Kingman, it looks like 2.2, or no, just north of Kingman, up towards Grand Canyon, 2.27 inches, and seeing readings all up approaching an inch across Arizona, and with a whole lot more to go. So we're already seeing flooding. This is a screen rip right off the National Weather Service homepage. Obviously, we're in flash flood watches all across Mogollon Rim country, central Arizona, but notice this little red. We're already starting to see some flooding along Oak Creek, and so there's a flash flood warning through 10:45 p.m. Munns Canyon, just south of Flagstaff, heavy water flowing through there into Oak Creek. They're seeing big rises on the Oak Creek gauges, expected to crest later on this evening, and so there'll be some flooding all along the Oak Creek campgrounds and all the homes and businesses along there all the way down to Cornville. And we're going to see some more flash flood warnings all along this area here as this rain continues through the night, melting the snow that we have up here on the rim. So there'll be flooding concerns all the way through the day tomorrow. So flood watch goes through the day on Friday. Main areas of concern: Oak Creek, West Clear Creek, Beaver Creek, Verde River, Agua Fria River, and the Tonto Creek. Same areas that flooded earlier this month with a rain event we had in early February. All right, well, this storm is just the beginning. We're moving into an extended stormy period here. Tonight we continue with the soaking rain, possibly a little light snow in Flagstaff right towards the end in the morning with very little accumulation. Tomorrow, a little break. Tomorrow night, a little disturbance rolls through, 1 to 3 inches of snow down to 5,500 feet. Saturday, we get much colder going into the weekend. And we're looking for some mountain snow showers along the Mogollon Rim, Flagstaff region through the day Saturday into Saturday night. Sunday, a much stronger storm system approaches, goes into Monday, and it's super cold. We're going to see snow all the way down to the valley floors all across northern and central Arizona. Significant snow accumulation Sunday into Monday for elevations above 5,000 feet. So I know it doesn't feel like winter out there right now, but it is certainly on the way. Okay, here's a webcam from up at Snowbowl just not long ago. Notice out here on the patio on the Agassiz deck, This is at 9,500 feet. And what this tells me is it's been raining there all day. No snow. 9,500 feet. Had a friend up there. Reports were didn't start snowing till 10:05. I'm expecting those snow levels to drop and snow to dump up on Snowbowl overnight tonight. Currently out here at Flagstaff, 36 degrees, rain, fog. Humidity, obviously, 100%. Rain and fog, we'll go with that throughout the night. Rain tapers off here as we get into the morning hours. We may see a little early morning sleet, making for maybe some slick roads as we get into a foggy morning. And a little break between storms out there tomorrow. Windy day, cloudy, 42 degrees tomorrow. And then, okay, looking at the statewide temperatures. Sedona 55 tomorrow, Prescott 52, 52 Payson, and 58 Winslow. These are mild. This weekend, it's going to feel like downright straight up winter around here this weekend and on into next week with high temperatures here in Flagstaff, struggling to even get out of the 20s and below the freezing point. But I think we're in for a decent snowstorm here Sunday, particularly Sunday night into Monday.
Right. Awesome. And Lee, you're talking a lot about the snow and about how all that snow inches are coming. And I know I mentioned an extra comment yesterday about, you know, I need maybe an extra blanket to go to sleep. But, you know, overall, I mean, a lot of snow.
Stay warm, Mitchell.
Stay careful out there.
Stay healthy, buddy.
So what's happening in sports?
Well, all basketball's inside, so they won't have to worry about that. We have Flag High and NAU women's basketball. Big moves coming up for them, and I'll have more for you after the break.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. I'm your sports reporter, Nadia Armenta. This week has been exciting for teams here in Flagstaff, beginning with high school state playoffs for basketball. Flag High girls hosted Rio Rico last night in the opening round. The Lady Eagles were down 9-7 in the first half. To start off the game, Flag High throws the ball inbounds. Number 20 throws it back to Haley Armis for the three, and the Eagles were up 10-9. Fast forward to the second half, Emma Doskis was on fire. She drains 5 threes to record a team high of 15. Number 13, Graceland Nez, dribbles down the court, finds Sheridan Edgewater, who passes it to Aaliyah Sosi, and she bounces it off the backboard. And now the Eagles are up 53-36. The Eagles came out on top last night after winning a 67-54 matchup against Rio Rico and are headed to the quarterfinals of state playoffs. Head coach Tyrone Johnson has instilled what it means to be practicing at this time of the year.
In order for us to have the privilege to practice tomorrow, we had to go 1-0 today. And they just took the demeanor and they stepped up and they were ready to make sure we push through this so that we can have the privilege to practice tomorrow.
The Flagstaff Eagles have a 7 p.m. tip-off on Saturday at Seton Catholic High School. Good luck to the Eagles as they try to secure a spot in the Final Four. The NAU women's basketball team went undefeated this past weekend. They have yet to extend their 2-game winning streak, but head coach Lori Payne talks about how this season has revolved around patience.
You know, generally programs, it takes 3 to 4 years to really start showing that fruit of the labor, and you know, we want it to happen now, and I think all of our players do, but we understand the process and just the perspective that we need to keep.
Hopefully they can keep that momentum going. The Lumberjacks will tip off at 6:30 p.m. tonight at the Sky Dome. The Lumberjacks are looking to extend their winning streak to 3, which would be the first all season. So good luck to the Jacks. As we all know, NAU men's basketball has struggled in the past with recruiting players who consistently put up points. However, there's one player on this team who is extremely valuable and is a consistent three-point shooter. Ted McCree made it into this week's NAU Spotlight after making a name for himself by becoming that go-to guy for this team. Junior guard Ted McCree has what Coach Jack Murphy and staff have been looking for in a player to change the culture of the NAU men's basketball team.
He expects to win, and I think that that's infectious, and I think it's helped the other guys around the program because obviously we're coming off a couple years that have been a struggle. And I think Ted gives everyone around him confidence, and he carries that confidence himself into games.
McCree is not only confident in what he does, but he focuses on perfecting his craft. He was at Gillette Junior College in Wyoming before coming to NAU and improved from 14 points to averaging 19 points from his first year to his second. He matched that total in his highest scoring game as a Lumberjack in a buzzer-beater loss to Southern Utah this year.
I think we were 12th last year in the conference in three-point shooting and like 10th or 11th in field goal percentage. So we knew that that was an area that we had to address. And Ted being one of the best junior college three-point shooters in the country, we knew that he was somebody that we had to go after.
His teammate Devon Bolton came into the NAU program with him and has noticed his accuracy.
He's a shooter, you know. He's always shooting at a high percentage from the three-point line, even in practice and in the games. He's always talking, always working hard.
McCree's transition has been pretty easy going from JUCO to D1. He believes that the only challenges he faces here at NAU are just in the classrooms, but as far as basketball, that comes naturally for him.
Me transitioning from JUCO, the school that I was at in Gillette, Wyoming, molded me to be ready for Division I basketball.
His drive, confidence, and consistency has made him a major asset to this Jacks team as a leader on and off the court. McCree is a mature player and just wants the best for this team.
I want to be able to talk to my teammates and they understand where I'm coming from as being a leader, and I mean we're doing everything we can to win, so whatever we need to do.
And Nadia, just something just to mention is right now I've been going out to games all this season, and let me tell you, Ted McCree right now is just on fire. His threes are spectacular, and definitely, like you said, we've had a problem with recruiting. I think we definitely nailed this one. Thanks so much, Nadia.
It's true. And with that, we'll be right back.
Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. Why would you do that?
Probably okay isn't okay. Call a cab, a car, or a friend.
Good choice.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Weather on tap for us here. Continue with rain tonight. A little break between storms Friday. Little snow Friday night, 1 to 3 inches. Saturday, snow showers. And then Sunday into Monday. Looks like a decent snowstorm shaping up for us. Cold weather ahead.
Well, fun fact about weather, I have a love-hate relationship with it right now. It loves to make me suffer, and I hate it.
All right, thanks for sharing.
We will be back tomorrow.